Hmm.
So
I think I might have changed the setting here. So see if that works. Let's talk a little bit and see what's going on.
Okay, yeah. When Tracy was talking, I was hearing an echo really, really bad. So
Okay.
hopefully this is better.
Yeah. Hopefully it is. I'm trying to work through it. We'll see what happens. Does that sound better, folks? Is
You
anybody
sound
out
fine
there?
to me.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to turn everything off here and see that. Can you guys hear me still?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. All right. All right. Now I'm trying to get my stuff working because I can't hear nobody. All right. So has the echo stopped?
You're not echoing.
I mean, is Les still echoing? That's what
I
I'm
don't
asking.
know.
Okay. All right. So we'll go to the next picture here. We'll see how it goes. All right. So this is Main Street, right?
Yeah, that's Main Street. When you come into town, this is where everybody wants to go and everybody wants to park. So yeah, your way down Main Street, and you might have to make a loop or two or three or four until you can find a place to wedge your bike into. And usually you're not going to get 4 or 5 bikes in a row. You're going to have to park in different areas, different spots. As people just come and go, you just grab a spot as soon as it opens up and wedge your bike in there. But yeah, this is the main drag. This is where most people want to come in, get their picture, park their bike, and that's where they start their day at.
Cool. And then we'll go to the next one here. This is a movie of this. Let's see if I got the sound turned down.
Yeah, that's actually out at the Full Throttle, which is just outside of town, and in the main parking lot in front of the building. Same thing, just thousands and thousands of bikes everywhere.
And I think that's where you're at. Chainsaw went, Tracy.
What's that?
I think that's where your chainsaw.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
yeah, so that's pretty cool. It looks almost like Burning Man kind of stuff, but in metal. Because I know Burning Man makes a lot of their monuments in wood and stuff, but they burn them at the very end. But yeah, it's pretty cool. This is where that restaurant is, Full Throttle.
Well, yeah, it's a Full Throttle Saloon.
Okay,
It's the one that's actually on the TV series.
so they have that. They have that much room for all them motorcycles. That's all. Got to be a lot of people.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
got to be a big place
Oh, yeah.
inside.
It's huge. It's
Yeah.
huge.
Looks like a school from the outside.
It might have been a long time ago. Converted it to a school. Let's see. Let's go to the next one here. So this is pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, still out in front of the Full Throttle.
Yeah, but look at all the motorcycles. So let's ask you this. It's a crazy one
You
out there.
skipped that one.
Oops.
Yeah. Well, it had some tape on it, so I mean, it's nothing illegal there. But what about the combination of bikes? How many Indians compared to Harleys are? Because I see a lot of Harleys. Is there some people got Indians?
Oh yeah, yeah. So we were in Sturgis in 2017,
Mm-hmm.
and if you had an Indian, you're kind of the odd man out. You just didn't see very many of them. This time they were much more prevalent and much more common. So, probably 1 in 20 bikes or 1 in 25 bikes, something like that. Yeah, just much more common this time around.
Wow, that's cool. Now, let's see if I can get to the next one here. Okay, so this is another. This is inside Full Throttle, right?
Yeah, it's inside the Full Throttle. So I don't know. Some of the viewers may know, but the original Full Throttle actually burnt. So they moved out to outside of town, and this is their newest location. They have a bunch of industrial equipment, commercial equipment, different presses and things that they put in there to decorate. A lot of old bikes, things around in the main bar. This is right after you come into the main entrance, the front entrance. They have a stage, of course, inside. They have multiple stages here at Full Throttle, multiple bands at a time.
So this is pretty much first night, right?
Yeah. This was the first day that we were in town. So when we got there on Sunday, we just settled into the Airbnb, and then on Monday we spent our entire day in Sturgis and around Sturgis, going to
Uh-huh.
going to the different bars and saloons and all the different vendors.
So there was about what 3,000, 2,000 people here. Just
Oh,
unbelievable.
easily. Oh yeah, easily.
All right. Let's see here, and then let's see here.
So this, I think this is the Spud Ranch or Spud Saloon. I can't remember. But a lot of the locals will set up their own little bar or saloon out on the highway, and you'll be 20, 30, 40 miles outside of town. You just come upon one of these places, and they're only open during the rally. And we like to go in, stop, and visit some of these. You get away from a lot of the crowd and that sort of thing. But you find a lot of these at roadside.
Yeah, there's one thing I've noticed a little bit also too, and I think you mentioned it last night when we were talking about this, um, is the gravel roads, right? And
Yes.
parking.
hmm
That's one thing you have to get used to because a lot of things ain't paved, right?
Right. Yeah. Even at the full throttle, they have some of the main area that is blacktop as you come in, but a lot of the time you'll find yourself on gravel. This particular place here, the Spud Ranch Spud Saloon, it was all gravel when you came in.
Hmm, that's crazy. And then I think we're getting close to, and this is a different bar here.
Yeah, that's actually very near our Airbnb, believe it or not. It was just a little roadside honky tonk that we come across. They had a little country band playing, and we went in there and had dinner that night. Really nice little local bar.
So how was the food and stuff so far?
Uh,
The first couple
oh,
nights.
everything was great. We had a variety of different places that we stopped. We tried to stop at a lot of mom and pop places versus
hmm
the chain restaurants. So we had a variety of home cooked style meals to kind of the general bar food, tenderloin, cheeseburger kind of stuff. But everything was really, really good.
Now we're going to one of the coolest places I think you probably went to. um, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think this is pretty cool. This right here.
Yes. Yeah. So this is Rushmore,
hmm
and um, if you've never been to Mount Rushmore, I would encourage you to go. Um, Especially if you go to Sturgis, it's not very far out from Sturgis. It's
Okay.
not a long ride at all.
hmm
But to actually see the size and the magnitude of the monument and just kind of get an idea of what those guys had to do to make that, it's just phenomenal. You really have to see it in person.
I agree. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get the closer one here. I think this is going to be closer. Yeah, this one you zoomed in. I don't know what camera you was using, but this one zoomed in really good.
That was my I think my Pro Max, iPhone Pro Max,
Okay.
if I remember right.
Cool.
But yeah, we were in Sturgis in 2017, and when we were there, we visited Rushmore, and one of the original guys who worked on the monument, who actually hung over the front of it in a rope swing with a jackhammer, breaking away the granite and the rock, was still alive. He was in his 90s then, and he was in the lobby of the visitor center slash gift shop, and we got to talk to him, meet him. Really a neat guy, and got him to sign a book. He wrote a book about Rushmore and the construction of it, and we got him to sign the book. You know, sadly he passed away in 2019. We were hoping that he might still be around, but
That's that guy right there.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah. So he was like the last, huh?
He was the last surviving person to work on the actual face of the monument.
Wow. And you got the actual sign. I mean, it looks like he signed a book right there, so that's pretty
Yep.
cool. All right, let me go back a couple pictures here. Let's see here. This is a movie here, so let's go with this one. All right.
Yeah,
And
the Grandview Terrace is as you're approaching the monument.
now, do they have tours that you can actually walk up there? I thought you could actually walk through the back of it a little bit. I don't know if you guys actually did it, but I think they do have tours like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're still doing those or not. I know that they
Yeah,
do have a walking tour where you can walk up to some terraces and oversights and things, but we didn't do any of that. We stayed down below.
that'd be really cool if you actually can walk behind the heads and look out the eyes. Tracy, you got any questions? You've been pretty quiet here.
Oh no, dude, I'm taking it all in, man. It's the first time I've seen a lot of this stuff.
What do you
I was
think, Tracy?
trying
You
to
want?
figure out how you could get behind the eyes and look out.
Well, I guess it's like it's like rooms. I guess they carved through. I don't know, but that would be really cool if you could. I think,
Now,
but
now they're doing something on the other side of that, aren't they? Aren't they doing something new or something, adding something onto that?
No, they were trying to save the faces at one point.
Well, no,
They
over
were
here on the
crumbling.
right. What are they doing on the right there?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a good question. So Tracy, are you thinking about going one of these days?
Yeah, I don't know about biking it out there that far though. That's a long haul. Les, I have to say, man, kudos to you guys for doing that. That's a long ride.
Yeah, how many miles did it
Yeah.
total?
Trailer it.
Yeah.
I would definitely trailer my bike somewhere close by and do that, but I don't know that I can handle. What was it, 1,200 miles? You said?
Yeah, so the trip total for Heather and I was 3,300 miles.
Oh man, yeah. I was cramping up after 180 miles the other week.
That's crazy. All right, so this one right here, it was just about what was this one about? It's got the Kansas City or Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana.
Yeah. So I believe it was called the Avenue of Flags, if I remember correctly, or something along that lines. But they had all the state flags, and they just had a plaque of each state when it became a state. And
Okay,
I just
that's
picked
cool.
out Kentucky because that's where we started from.
That's pretty
Oh,
cool.
sweet. Yeah.
Now this is a
Um,
ride in right here. This is heading into it.
No, this is actually riding into Custer State Park. A little bit later, you should have some video of us right up somewhat close to some buffalo.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Tracy loves buffalo. I mean buffalo.
You're so funny, man.
Yeah, he
You're so
does.
funny.
He does. He does. He's got a pet.
Seen them twice.
We have seen him twice this year. That's true.
He goes and feeds him.
I don't do that.
Yeah. And it's a little ways once you get into the park. Now this is called the Wildlife Loop, and it is a very long ride through the park. Of course, it's pretty slow, but about halfway through, I believe is where the buffaloes are at. There's a place where you can stop where they have prairie dogs. There are some donkeys. You can actually approach the donkeys. They're actually very tame. Now, when you get to where the buffaloes are at, they did have a couple of park rangers stationed there because of some things that have happened over the past few years. People getting too close and getting attacked by the buffaloes, and so now they camp a couple of park rangers there, so you can't get within probably 50, 60 feet of them.
Hmm.
It makes sense that
Yep, it
they'd have to
does.
do that. I'm surprised they don't have to do that here at Big Bone.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think they're actually. It does. They have a bunch of signs that says "Don't feed the buffalo."
Correct.
But they got a pretty good fence too. I don't think they're going to be busting through them.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't-
out there,
I wouldn't-
they're just open. It's out in the open.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be messing
yeah.
with them right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're actually out in the wide open.
Oh, you're talking about
believe-
here, yeah.
Yeah, there are some areas in Custer State Park. I believe that they have fencing and they have some gates and things that they can close and kind of contain them within particular areas of the park. But the road that you see the buffalo on, you drive right through the middle of the park, and they're just out there on the grasslands grazing, and there's really nothing in between you and them.
Okay, that's a little different, yeah. Can't
Yeah,
really-
so this may be the video after we left. I can't remember. But we ended up on Iron Mountain Road and Needles Highway both before it was over with. And
Yeah, there's a lot of videos. I think is this all going to this park?
yes,
I
yeah,
think
right.
right-
Yeah,
right
this
there,
is
right there.
this
This
is
is-
the
There's the donkeys
is
and
that the
stuff.
donkeys, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can literally walk right up to them.
That's pretty cool.
And these are wild, right?
Yes. Yep. They just roam the park.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just over that hill right there where the buffalo are at, and that should be next.
Okay. Let's go to that one. There they are.
Oh, there they
Wow,
are.
look at
Oh,
that.
wow.
There
There's
they
a
are.
lot
No
of them.
fence. Well, I guess there is a fence, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that fence is not going to contain them if they want to get through.
No, I saw how big they are, and if they want to go through that wire fence, they're going to go right through it. It's not going to stop them.
Yeah, that ain't gonna.
But this
that
is where
ain't
they
gonna
have
stop 'em.
this is where they have the park rangers sitting right up
Yeah,
there. You
there
can
they
see
are,
them
right
there.
there.
Yeah, they were keeping people on the road and out of the field.
What? Yeah.
So this is where the
But there were actually.
yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I
No,
said
there
this
were
is where-
actually a person or two that walked up to the fence to try to get a little bit closer to them. So even with the park rangers there, we still have the folks try to get up close.
So I know this might sound like a stupid question, but the motorcycles don't bother them with the sound or anything?
No, they don't appear to.
Yeah, they're probably used to it. They're probably
Well,
saying.
that's
I'm
probably
sure.
valid.
Do you ever watch cartoons when animals can talk to each other? They're like, it's just about that time. Sturgis is coming up. You guys gotta get ready for the loud sounds. Don't frighten the humans. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I don't know if they do or not, but I mean, I'm sure there's some intelligence in
Chris,
the
you're a
animals.
mess, man.
I was thinking that you said it.
Oh my
So
god.
as you can see, just like Kentucky, Boone Lick, I mean, the buffalo looks the same. I mean, they got little babies, little cubs, but there's a lot more there. Holy cow!
No, these
Oh, yeah.
buffalo are way bigger than the ones out at Big Bone.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
those guys are huge compared to the ones at Big Bone. Yeah.
All
I can
right,
tell by looking
so
at them.
here we go again.
Now, what's this place called? Is that the back
Now,
view of the?
No, this is actually a Crazy Horse Memorial. This is one that's in progress. They don't have a completion date on it. But when that's carved, you'll have his face, his whole arm, and then the underneath his arm will be a figurine of a horse.
So that's the one I
So-
saw him working on. I'm sorry, that's the one that I saw that there was pictures of him working on one. It wasn't the other place that you're at.
No,
so-
no, this is an active project.
Yeah.
And again, there's no completion date set for it. But we took a bus tour, got up a little bit closer to it. We didn't have time that day, but you can take a tour and go up top and walk on top of his hand and his arm up there,
That's pretty cool.
and actually get all the way up.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and it's like, wow, that's going to be a big monument. But I'm wondering, is it taking more time now because we got all this technology and than it did when they actually created Mount Rushmore? I wonder how many years it actually took Mount Rushmore to be done. And then Crazy Horse is probably taken 4 times, probably more, I'd imagine. I don't know. It just seems like it would.
Yeah, they mentioned when it started. I believe they started back in the was it 1990s? Somebody would have to Google it. Someone who's watching and put in the comments. But yeah, it's been several years that it's been in progress.
Mount Rushmore only took 14 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm
From
saying.
From 1941 to 1953. I thought that was pretty quick for 4 faces.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking now these days it's even though we have better equipment, everything else, I'm thinking it takes a lot longer time, but just because I don't know why. It just seems like as we advance, we kind of get a little bit slower when we do stuff like this. And I think if you look at Mount Rushmore, that thing's freaking beautiful. Looks like there's I know it's been resurfaced a couple times, but it's beautiful. And then as you look at this thing, it looks like it's been under construction for 20 years. So
Well, I think the lasers that do it, I think they're a little more precise than when Mount Rushmore was done by hand.
Yeah, exactly. But let's go to the next one here. That's a closer look of it. Looks like they're doing some reconstruction of the eyebrow there.
Yeah, I think I sent you a close up of the face. We zoomed in really tight and got a real good picture of the face.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look at them little antennas up there. That's how huge this thing is. And look at that that's like a little generator. That's a big generator, by the way. That's 2 wheels on there. That's a good 4 or 5. 6 tons. I mean, that thing is huge compared to that. And then there's another picture of the whole group.
Yeah, that was after we taken the bus tour. They stopped in front of the memorial. So
now the way you got that angled and the way he's pointing with his hand, that looks a lot more natural compared to the other picture, because that looks like he's up there and he's looking and he's got his hand just like this.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks much more natural than it did on the other photo. So I think it's gonna be looking pretty cool when they get that done. All right, and then this is these videos. This is go ahead. This is the Devil's Tower, right?
Yeah, Devil's Tower in Wyoming. I think that was 100 and some odd mile ride from our Airbnb. But this is what we did on it was a Wednesday, I think it was. Rode out to Devil's Tower, Wyoming, and spent the day out there. We did take the road that goes up to the base of the tower.
Mm-hmm.
We did not try to climb it, although there were people who were climbing it that day. And you should have a video of that. There's a little orange speck up very close to the top, and I believe that's it right there. So
guy right there.
I don't know if you can. Yeah. So I think I zoomed out on this so you get some perspective of exactly where he's at climbing. Excuse me. Yeah. But he is way, way up there. And it's perfectly legal. You can apply for a permit. I guess they have around 5,000 people a year that climb Devil's Tower.
So did they did they give you some information about how this formation was made and what? Because there's nothing around it, right? That's even close.
Yeah. No, there's absolutely nothing even close to it around that. That's near it.
Yeah,
it's just strange. This big stone mountain just in the middle of nowhere.
And the way that it's it's sliding down, like pieces of it off. It's like straight pieces. It's like it's strange looking.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Can you go up on top of it, or you got to take a chopper ride or something? Probably.
You would have to take a chopper ride to get up there. I'm old enough and not daring enough that I wouldn't climb it. No. Maybe when I was 20, I ought to give it a shot. But
Tracy,
but no, people climb it pretty regularly. I don't know if you can take a copter and get up there or not. But this is Heather, obviously taking up bull riding. We were in, I believe it was Deadwood at the time. This is where the town where Wild Bill was shot. And we'd gone there expecting a really historic town to see the buildings and go in the bar where Wild Bill was shot. I guess that they had a very large fire, and the original town of Deadwood was pretty much decimated. Most of the buildings were wiped out, so everything's been rebuilt. So you can go to the site where Wild Bill was shot. There is a bar there now. You can go to the site of where his shooter was captured, but the actual buildings are no longer there.
That's pretty cool. Deadwood's one of the most famous towns over there too. It has a lot of history. So this is Deadwood right here.
Yep, sure is.
Now,
yeah. So Deadwood wasn't quite as busy. Now you had a lot of bikes parked on the street, things like that, but it just was not near as busy.
There's a person. Is that person with you in that group right there with that Indian jacket?
Right. I believe I can't see it. It's actually on my phone.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if it was or not. Let's see. Oh, that can't be all of them. Is that all the pictures?
I thought that there were a few more.
I just skipped a couple of them on this. Let's see right here. Some of them came from my Android phone, so
okay.
Apple doesn't play friendly with them.
Gotcha. Well, the last place that we went to was Keystone, which is another small historic town. There's an old bar. I think it was an old brothel at one point in time. It's a restaurant now called Ruby's Restaurant and Bar. That we went to back in 2017. We visited again. Really, really good food. And just spent spent the day there, walking around, and again, a lot of historic buildings, a lot of vendors, shops, things like that, that you can go to.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if there's any more pictures real quick, and then this I think there is a real close up picture. Let me see that. For some reason, I must have not downloaded this one, so let me download this one. See if there's anything else I haven't missed. You did take a couple bus rides, so we can see if I can download these. 4 videos there. Yeah. I got one for Tracy. He's gonna love this one. Yeah, it's gonna be
Bring
great.
it on, man.
What one is it?
Yeah, this one right here. Let me. Tracy, are you ready for this one?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, this is. I gotta get it on the right screen here. Go. There you go.
Free beer, toughest bartenders, and false advertising.
Because you keep on saying you're gonna get an Indian motorcycle, and you're lying to us.
I'm gonna believe in the false advertising.
All right, so I did get. Let me see if I can find that one. I did download the one that's right there. That's
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's the front of that one that they're working on.
Yeah. If you zoom in, you can really see the detail in the eye, around the eye, and things. It's pretty phenomenal what they're able to do.
That's
That
crazy.
is crazy. That is just. I mean, the graphic on that is just unbelievable. So, I guess, so you, Ray, you've been there a couple times, right? So how's it changed over years?
Yes. Well, downtown Sturgis was much the same. Deadwood, Keystone were much the same.
Mm-hmm.
The monuments were much the same. Just a different crowd and a different year, really.
So Tracy, you have any question with them? I mean, you've never been there before. I haven't either, but I've seen some of these pictures. And I've been asking them questions already.
So I guess one of the things that we had talked about back, I want to say back in the winter time of this year when we were doing a podcast, we were talking about the amount of accidents that happened there on motorcycles. Did you see a lot of that while you were
there? We did not witness any personally. When we were on the way back, apparently the interstate was shut down, and we had to detour for quite a ways. There was apparently a motorcycle wreck up ahead of us, and fortunately we did not get to see it. But there were several occurred while we were there, but we didn't witness any.
Okay, yeah, that's one of the articles that we had read back months ago that. Unfortunately, there's a lot of accidents that seem to take place during that event. Now, that event stretched over the course of what, 2 weeks? Is that right?
I believe it's 10 days.
10 days?
Yeah, I believe it's officially 10 days. I think it starts on a Thursday, runs through that weekend and all the following.
Right.
If I remember right.
So I think the stat that we were discussing was something that was not in a one-day event kind of thing. It was over the course of a 10 to 14-day event. So
Sure.
Yeah, I must be missing some pictures because I remember you showing me a picture of you meeting that star. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
So what was the craziest thing that you saw happen while you were up there?
Really not much of any. Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah, really not much of anything. There's a large enough police presence and things in and around Sturgis that they keep that pretty tame.
Pretty tight.
Yeah, my wife did say that she almost saw a fight in the women's bathroom, but but outside of that, I mean, really, there was nothing too crazy that went on, at least in the places that we were at.
Hopefully, she didn't feel threatened by any of that. That it was just between someone else and didn't involve her at all.
No, did not involve her at all.
You never know when things break out what can end up happening, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When we first got into town, the picture that Chris is looking for, Gas Monkey Garage has a restaurant there in downtown Sturgis. And we had just walked around the corner, and Richard Rollins was standing behind the restaurant back by a garage. And I told the other folks in the group, I said, "Hey, look, there's Richard Rollins. We should go get a picture." And so we beat feet over there real quick and got his attention, and we were able to get a couple of pictures with him. I don't think he was there to do any kind of publicity kind of thing. We just happened to catch him coming out at the right time, and we were in the right place, and we're able to get a couple of pictures with him. So
Now, is he the one out of Dallas, Texas? Is that where his company's from?
yeah.
Okay.
All right, I did find some more pictures. Now, some of the things that is really cool is on your way there, you get to see some attractions also, right? I mean, like this right here.
Yeah.
Tracy. Look at Tracy, man. Tracy, are you getting some money from this?
Oh, man.
The Jolly Green Giant museum and display. Yes. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's crazy. So let's see what I guess. So this is
I don't. Yeah. Oh, that's at the Pickers. So the American Pickers, the ones that you see on TV. We stopped in their place in LeClaire, Iowa, and it went through their business there. So Mike was not there. We could not get a picture with Mike, but they do have a lot of really neat things there. A few things from what you see on TV, some of their picks, and they do have a lot of antique bikes and memorabilia, things like that in the two buildings that they have there.
So was the I think he's got a person that assists, finding stuff. Was she there? Like on the TV show, like she's looking for herself in another state and said, "Hey, you're in this state. You need to go to this neighborhood." Like
nobody from the TV show was there, unfortunately.
Wow. Oh, Tracy, there's your favorite bike.
I know, man.
Yeah.
It's gone already.
Yep.
Sold.
Snooze, you lose.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so this is.
I wasn't snoozing. I just was losing.
This is some kind of water dam.
This is Sioux Falls.
Sioux Falls, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that in Iowa or something? Is that in Iowa?
Yep, Iowa. This is just one of our rest stops along the way, and got some good pictures and video of this.
That's pretty nice. That's cool looking.
Yeah. The Lua Falls. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
those things are huge. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. That's a better view right there.
That's nice.
That's really
it's actually it's really massive. I don't think that the water was in full flow while we were there. I think if you probably came in the spring, you'd probably see a lot more of the waterfall.
Mm.
And I don't think it's man-made either, is it? I mean, I think it's natural.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Yeah.
I would say hence the name Sioux Falls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well,
you can't pull anything over.
There's some waterfalls down the road here that are man-made, but they still call it a waterfall.
So wall drug, you have to stop.
What's that now?
Wall drug, you have to stop at Wall Drug, another historic site.
I was just saying that went over my head when she said that. That was funny.
Oh,
Anyway,
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I said it.
This is. I think it's.
Now, is this your bike?
Yeah, it's his bike.
Yeah, that's my wife videoing over my right shoulder. I'm trying to figure out where we were going there. I believe that is just as we're getting into Sturgis. That's right as we're coming into town before we go down to Main Street to park.
Now, everybody in your group. Yeah, go ahead, Tracy.
I just want to know what in the world you do to keep your hands from cramping with that many miles.
I did put some mid-rise bars on.
Yeah.
And I do move my hands around a lot. So if we're on the highway, I put on the cruise control a lot. And then move my hands toward the inside of the bar a little bit and move them around. But
keep them active more than trying to just stay in one position.
Yep.
When did you get the bars done?
I got them about a week and a half or 2 weeks before we left.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice. I'm sure you did some test rides to check out the comfortability of it and all that after you did it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So, this is actually a new bike. I just got it in April, and I had been trying to put on miles to kind of give it a good shakedown before we hopped on and did a 3,300 mile ride. So, I was riding as much as I could, as often as I could. I'm trying to get some miles on, shake the bike down a little bit, and really get used to the handlebars too.
Wow. Here we are. I think this is Sturgis right here.
Yep, that's coming in on Main Street, and that was, I believe, about 10 o'clock in the morning.
Huh.
So by
You're
10
shipping
a.m.,
right
you
now?
can start parking bikes at 6 a.m. I think at 2 a.m. you have to have them vacated from the street, if I remember correctly, because they clean the streets.
Well, that's nice that they do that. Did was there a lot of booths set up and things of that nature? Like, did Indian have a booth there? Or
Yes, yes. Indian had a very large booth. It's about 1 square city block. It's
oh,
Wow.
actually 1 block over. There should be
oh,
some pictures of that in here. There's Richard.
Yeah, there's Richard right
Um,
there. Yeah.
yeah, like I say, we just happened to catch him popping out of that little tent, the little garage back behind him there, and was able to grab a picture with him. So
Since everything's like timed, I'm just going to have to go through here because I know I downloaded some of the Indian ones. I just got to find out where they're at here. Maybe they're. Oh, there's a bus tour.
mhm.
There's some there. Connie, you got any?
Well, I just wanted to ask if do you feel like it was more crowded than 2017 or a little bit less crowded or
Probably a little bit less crowded. And a lot of the locals kind of echoed that same thing. They said that this year didn't seem like the attendance was as good as what it had been, and maybe in some of the past rallies. But I mean, a lot of people still, but maybe not quite as many as what we had in 17.
You think the economy is kind of impacting it a little bit? You know, gas
Yeah,
prices,
maybe.
food prices, B&B's,
Hmm.
prices. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah,
it determines if you
yeah,
want to do it or not. Yeah.
yeah. There was a time or two that we paid over $5 a gallon for premium on the way out.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, there should be some pictures of videos of the Indian and of the Harley Davidson um, uh, uh, displays out there. The Indian is probably about 1 square city block. It was massive. Harley
that,
Davidson, of course, was the same way. Can-Am had a very, very large display.
well, that'd be nice.
I'm sorry. Who did you say?
Can-Am.
Really?
Yeah.
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 look,
Oh,
look
yeah.
what we missed, Jill.
That's right. We could ride 3,000 miles on a Can-Am.
Yeah,
Listen
maybe.
to my wife dogging me out.
But
Oh
by
my
we,
God.
I mean Connie and I.
I hear
Yes.
you.
Well, my wife is looking at one as well, looking at a
That's right.
Spider.
See?
So there may be
Heather.
a new Can-Am product in the family here soon.
That's right.
Wow, see, that's
But
going to be familiar.
That'll be 3 of us.
That would be all
Yeah.
3 of us.
We could be our own
they're
little
ganging
club.
up on us, guys. We got to watch it.
Oh, I know.
I
This
know,
is
I hear
You
it.
know that's how it works.
this is
But
crazy.
at the Indian display, you could ride, sign up and do test rides. Any of the new models that they had. They had all the Scouts, Roadmasters, Pursuits. They had literally every model for the 24 lineup there. You could sign up and test ride those. Harley Davidson, block or two down the street, had the same program going on. There you go. You found it.
Yep.
But
Nice.
but it was a sizable display for both manufacturers.
That's pretty cool.
Now, did they have the what is it, the racing bikes there also, so you can see them, the baggers?
But yeah, the baggers.
Now, I did not see them this time. Now, when we were there in 17, they had their stunt team, and they were riding the Scouts. They're all of the test ride bikes.
Yeah, look at them.
Give you an idea of how many they've got.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, in 17, they actually had their stunt team there riding the Scouts, and they were drifting those bikes and wheelies and stoppies and just making them really doing some amazing things.
Nice. Now, let's see what the next one. Oh, this video is still going
Do
on.
you think they were featuring their new 25 Scouts out there at all, or with that new lineup they just launched?
Now, I didn't really see that they were trying to promote one bike over another.
Okay.
That's the Roadmaster Elite that my wife won't let me buy right there, I think.
Well, I
You
don't
wanna
think you
try
really
to-
like
it's
the
not
seating
just you.
position, so that's the reason why you went back, right? So I don't think it would be a good thing. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a beautiful bike, but you like the
What's
classic
what's
better.
that price tag on that bad boy? About 40K.
Yeah, they're 41. They have one over at Indian of Northern Kentucky, and I think it's 41.9, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
Oh, they have one there now?
Yeah, there's
Wow.
one.
So then, realistically, we're talking more like 45K or so by the time you get it all said and done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there's another section of it. I didn't see anything from the Harley on your text messages, but look at that Elite. That's what I want. I'm more of a Challenger fan, but I do like the Roadmasters. They are growing on me. There's a bike for Tracy right there.
I would ride.
Shush.
I would ride that.
Why do you
Yeah.
keep saying stuff like that out loud?
Because I know that in about 6 weeks or 7 weeks he'll probably have another bike.
No, man, I'm good. I love the Road.
There you go, right there, Tracy. That's your bike.
I do. You know what? I'd ride that too. I like that.
1929
Look at that.
Indian.
The 101 Scout.
Dang. Beautiful bike. Beautiful.
That thing is. That's gorgeous. I like bikes like that.
That's how they all started. It's amazing.
And now it looks like that. There's the new version of it. That's pretty cool how they did that.
Now, since we know a lot about what's going on with this bike, or I mean with this event, let's talk about some. Let me get my notes out here because we talked about this the other day. So what would you do, Tracy? Me and Tracy want to go next year. Les, what do we got to do, man? What do we got to do?
Sorry.
As my wife laughed at us.
We'll start planning it now. Start looking at your Airbnbs, figure out how many people are going to go, and start to get some of that stuff nailed down. A lot of those locations fill up very quickly, and you'll find yourself having to stay further and further out away from Sturgis. Now, we were in Rapid City. We were, 35, 40 miles away, pretty centrally located to all of the monuments and things like that. So very, very good location that we had. But start planning it now. Look at the number of people, get your Airbnb nailed down, get your reservations in place, and then start planning out your route, because a lot of the hotels and things along the way, along the main highways and things, start to fill up, and they will also be more expensive. And you can try to call and negotiate a rate, and they'll just tell you, no, we can charge you that because we can get it. Mm-hmm. But start planning out your route, start planning out your hotels, and get all of that stuff in place, and know what direction you're going to travel, where you're going to stay. Because if you wait, you may or may not get a place.
Yeah.
Along with that, kind of start to plan out your rides, things that you want to do. What I did was I looked at the map. I printed out maps with our location in Rapid City as a starting point, so I could plan out our trips on a day-to-day basis. So when I planned out Tuesday, when we went to Rushmore and Crazy Horse and Custer State Park, if you just look at them individually and you don't know where they're at from you, you may take a couple of days to try to go see them. As it turns out, those are all within about 50 miles of each other in one big loop. So it's very, very doable to go see all three at once. So lay out what you want to do each day, understand where it's at from your location, and pick a direction of travel. For us, that was a southwest travel day. When we left Rapid City, went southwest, went down and saw all the monuments, spent the entire day doing that. We were able to get it all in. But yeah, plan out what you want to do and what you want to see, your direction of travel each day, and you can really maximize your time there and see the most things.
So, Les, did your Airbnb offer you a rebook for next year? Did they contact you and say, hey, you were a great, customer. Would you like to rebook for next year? I mean, do you think that kind of thing happens with Airbnbs, especially if you get a group that's courteous?
It may. I'm not sure that it happened in our case. I'd have to ask Mary, our entertainment director.
Just curious.
Because she's
if
the one
you
that
were an
finalized.
Airbnb owner and you found a good group,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would reach out and be like, hey, you guys were great. Please come back and stay with us again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We'll give you a discount,
But,
free book.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened with me and Connie many times in Pamela because we were a good guest, and the host actually reached out to us and said, "Listen, here's our email. Don't go to the website. Um, next time we'll give you a discount. You don't have to worry about the fees, that kind of stuff." And I mean, it does happen.
Yeah,
So
well, I mean, with Sturgis, if you get a group that doesn't cause you any trouble, I would think, hey, that would be a
yeah,
great way to rebook them.
but
Hmm.
if we switched out the people, like if we brought like Tracy's wife Jill, that she loves to drink a lot of whiskey, get
I don't
crazy,
drink
start breaking
whiskey,
things out.
only beer.
Oh, mercy.
Oh mercy, yeah, and then Tracy just sits back and just watches and laughs.
Well, yeah,
That's
I
my
can't
Well,
drink.
that's true.
That's my wife.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
She is.
Yeah. So,
Another thing.
well, the other thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Chris.
No, what I was going to say was with that also, I mean, your best friend's not a credit card, is it?
No, depends on where you're at. So,
Mhm.
I ran into this back in 2017. A lot of those mom and pop side of the highway kind of attractions, saloons, things that pop up during the rally are cash only.
Mhm.
So in 17, I didn't really realize that or understand that. I didn't take very much money with me. So, when you do go, take a little bit of cash. A few $100s should be enough. You don't have to go crazy, but do take some cash because you will run into cash only establishments from time to time.
Yeah, Tracy. So make sure you bring some cash and give it to me.
I'm on the receiving end of that cash. I think you're second in line after me.
Yeah. So what were you going to say before that, Les? I know I interrupted you, but yeah.
Well, on part of the planning too, when you're packing your bike, some of the things that you really want to consider taking, um, first and foremost, get some good rain gear. Um, take that with you because you're just about guaranteed you're going to get into some kind of rain sometime when you're out there. The trip is just too many days and too many miles to not run into some rain. We were very lucky. We only had really one incident when we were on the way to the Airbnb. The first night we were there, we just got dumped on, just drenched. But outside of that, we ran into a few sprinkles, a little shower here and there, but it wasn't too bad. But absolutely take a good set of rain gear. Second to that, make sure that you've got some kind of a tool set. If you go to Cruise Tools, I think it's CRUZ, Cruise Tools, they actually make tool kits that are specific to your bike. So it'll have a wrench, a socket, Allen wrench for every nut and bolt on your bike. Definitely take that with you. Over the trips that we've taken with the group, we've had foot pegs come loose, we've had mirrors loosen up, stuff like that. Odds and ends. Have a tool set with you so that you can address some of those when you're roadside. You're not going to rebuild your motor, but you can address any kind of minor incidents that you might have. Along with that, I know a lot of people don't like to do it, but take a tire plug kit. I just had to use mine when I got back because I had a nail in my back tire. But you'll find yourself alongside the road with something in your tire, you can plug it, and then I bring along a very small air compressor, plugs into a cigarette lighter plug. It's a little 6x6, maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches thick, and it'll pump up your tire in about 10 minutes. But the good news is it'll pump your tire up, and with that plug kit, you can get down to the next exit and get some service for your bike. You won't be stranded roadside. You don't have to rely on a tow truck kind of thing. So those are things that I recommend taking for your trip, just in case.
So I got Cruise Tools up here right now, and they got shop by brand. So yeah, you're exactly right. So if
Yep.
I click on Indian, it's got all the tools that you need for certain Indians.
Yep.
I mean, it's got 2 pages. That's pretty nifty. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the kit for Roadmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I had to, it has tools in there. I could loosen up the axle and adjust my drive belt if I needed to. Stuff like that. But again, anything you have that comes up along the road that's minor, you're going to be able to take care of it and get yourself on down the highway.
That's cool.
Nice.
All right. So what else I got here? Let's see. Oh, local population friendly or not?
Most people were friendly. Most
Mhm.
were. We got into an aggressive driver once in a while on the highway, and I think that some of the locals are probably pretty much just over the rally by about the fifth or sixth day in.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands of bikes all over the place come invade your city is probably a little bit frustrating. But most people were pretty friendly.
I think equipment needed. Laundry. We talked about laundry. I mean, don't pack a whole freaking week, right?
Hmm. Right, right.
Yeah.
I think a big mistake that a lot of people will make is they're gonna say, well, I'm gonna be gone for 10 days, so I'm gonna pack clothing for 10 days. When you pick out your Airbnb, get one that has laundry,
Yeah.
washing machine, dryer, and just pack for your trip out and back. And then that way you're not overpacking, you're not overloading the bike, making it so heavy, and things like that.
So, you got any questions there, Tracy?
No, I mean, you guys covered a lot of stuff there. It was a really cool looking trip, man. Looked like you guys had a great
Hmm.
time.
Yeah.
We did. We had an absolute wonderful time.
Connie, you got anything?
No, I just really enjoyed the pictures. They were spectacular. Looks like you guys, made the best of your time out there. So I really appreciate you sharing them with us. Very
No, you're very
nice.
welcome. No problem.
Yeah.
I do have one more that just popped in my head. So you said 3 out, 3 back. So that's 6. What was the grand total time you took to take that trip?
We left on Thursday and then rode for 3 days to get out there. We were out there. We left last Friday and then we were back home on Sunday. So 7, 8, 9, 10 full days.
10 days.
Right at 10 days.
And how long did it take you to recover?
I'm still tired.
Still working.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Still
I
recovering.
am. I'm still tired. Yeah. So the difference is this year in 2017, we actually made the trip in 2 days. We rode up to Minnesota, which is just about the halfway point where we stopped, and then we rode all the way out the second day. So we did 600 plus miles 2 days in a row back in 17.
That's a lot.
We just happened to break it up this year into 3 days of 400.
Dang. I mean, the longest trip I ever done was actually Gettysburg. I know you didn't go.
Hmm.
But you had this trip this year. It was how many hours was that, Connie? It was almost on the way up there. It was like 12 hours.
Yeah, we stopped
Mhm.
quite a bit though too.
Yeah, and then on the way back, it was a lot quicker because we took a different routes. So it's all based on what you want to do when you're planning your route, how long it's going to take. Just make sure you say you're going to be at this hotel at a certain time. You need to get there. Sometimes you get distracted, and next thing you know, you don't make it at the hotel on time and that kind of stuff. But I imagine that's part of the planner. You probably had a good planner when you did it. So, but I mean, it's God. I would love to go there. I mean, it's kind of strange when I look at the some of the past. When I look at your pictures, it's like, wow, this place is tamed compared to what I
Yeah.
remember back in the day, where it was nothing but motorcycle gang fights and stuff that you heard.
Well,
Mhm.
well, you do see a lot of the motorcycle clubs there.
Yeah.
There were several that were represented there in Sturgis. Again, I think the police presence is large enough that they keep that pretty well regulated and tamed.
Yeah. So, and you talked about rain gear. Rain gear is very important.
Mhm.
So, I guess when you're riding with a group like that, are you got some communication? Are you using comms or anything, or you just?
No, none of us have any communication devices on our helmets at all. If we needed to stop, we just flash a headlight, things like that. We're pretty old school. If we couldn't get the leader's attention, then we're on 2-lane interstate most of the time, so we could just come up in the left-hand lane and get their attention.
Okay. And then you had a low tire and you got it fixed. That was at Sturgis, I guess, and you rode home with a.
No, that was actually after we had gotten back home.
Mhm.
I had let the bike cool down a little bit, and I can't stand my bike being dirty for very long, so I went out to start cleaning it up and had 13 pounds in the back tire. So it went
Oh,
down, yeah, right after we got home.
Wow, I
But
didn't know that.
but I did have to use the plug kit to get air in it though to get it over to the dealer so I could get a tire put on it.
You took it over to Indian today, right?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
So IMRG has 2074 has a ride to, what is it, Red River Gorge, I think is what it is. Or what is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
This weekend. The weather is at this point, I think it was like 40% chance of thunderstorms in the AM, and then the rest of the day should be okay. So I
Mhm.
will probably will not be at that trip because I'll see if on Thursday if I can get it switched. But it should be a fabulous ride for you again. So you're ready to put another 300 miles on your motorcycle,
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's one of the reasons I was trying to hurry and get the bike over to Indian today, so they can get a tire put on it. I can get it picked up by Thursday, and be ready for the ride on Saturday. So.
Wow. All right. Well, I don't know if there's anybody out there still listening. If you are, you got any questions, let us know. And then we'll ask them any questions, or in a few minutes, we'll just give it a call. We'll call it for tonight. I think this is very informational. Hopefully, we got the echo fixed. Has anybody said anything? Have you heard anything?
No, it sounded a lot
No,
better
it's
here the
better.
last.
Yeah.
It's been much better.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
And I did change some settings in there. It's a new software that we're using. We've used it for a few podcasts. It's the best one that we've used so far. It's called Ecamm. It does a wonderful job. I researched some stuff and I reached out to a couple people and they told me to go into the settings and change something. I did change that. Too bad it was like midway through the interview. But the good thing is on the next podcast that should be fixed. And unless I do have some equipment that you can use. Now, if you wanted to come on Thursday night, I told Mark, I don't know, are you planning going on the September trip? Les?
Where's it to?
It's Columbus. They're going up there. It's
Hmm.
what is that? It's not the Nickel, but it's what is that, Connie? Them hills, Hocking Hills.
Hocking Hills.
It's kind of up around there. It's like a
Yeah.
1-day trip.
Yeah, we had intended to go, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to go. I've got a friend coming into town
Mhm.
from out of state, so we're going to meet up with them.
So, I mean, how long you been a motorcycle list? How long you been riding motorcycles?
I started riding in 1986. So what's that? 38 years?
So, what is the longest trip have you ever done? Is it Sturgis or something else? You go somewhere else?
Oh, well, Sturgis is probably the longest, furthest single point. Longest number of hours. I've done 19 hours in the saddle before. I left Northern Kentucky in the morning, rode to the tail of the Dragon, rode the Dragon, Cherahalla Skyway, several other roads down there, went into Pigeon Forge, and then turned around and rode home. So 19 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, Kevin says hello. He's actually texting me. So yeah, so that's one thing I want to do. And you did that in one day, right? What time did you leave?
We left around 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, and then we got home 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning.
Wow. And you rode all the way down?
Yeah.
And how many people did you ride with?
There were just two of us.
Tracy, you ready to do this?
I don't know, man.
Well, that's one of the things. That's one of the goals I have this year.
How old were you when you did that? Did you say you were younger when you did that?
No, that's probably within the last 6-7 years.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
That is crazy. I mean, seriously.
That cruise control comes in handy, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely does.
What bike did you do that on?
That was my 2012 Street Glide.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, you were a Harley guy at one time.
Yeah, I've actually had 3 Harley Davidsons and 3 Indians now. Well, my 3rd Indian.
Okay, wow.
Which bike you like best? I mean, it'd be-
Indian
had to be Indian,
Roadmaster.
yeah.
Yeah, Indian Roadmaster, hands down, best bike I've ever owned. I've told a lot of people this. I've had 20 odd bikes, 21 or 22 different bikes in my riding career, and hands down, I like Indian, the Roadmaster, the best out of all of them.
Go ahead, Tracy. I can
See, Chris, he's got my 15 beat, man. He's got me beat.
This is over a period of time. Yours
you
is over
talking
a
about?
period of 4 years.
Yeah, Tracy's a motorcycle connoisseur. I think he wants to own every single motorcycle and only put 10 miles on it.
I would like to do that.
10 miles. That's it. So that's a challenge. I think it's a good challenge to try to do that one day. So you left around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, went to Tennessee, went down the Skyway, also the Dragon, also Pigeon Forge, ate a couple places. And then you rode all the way home in 24 hours. Tracy, it can be done.
I'm going to tell you I can't do it.
Start going out and walking now. Start running.
I am working on it.
I have a lot of respect for this man that we're talking to right now because of this. A lot of respect.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So, yeah, that's nuts. That is just crazy.
I couldn't do it.
Oh no. So anything else?
I don't even think I could do that in a car.
Anything similar to that?
You couldn't make it to Georgetown.
You couldn't make it to Madison. What are you talking about?
Hey,
this is in a car.
Wait, I made it to
make it
Madison.
to Georgetown, Kentucky in the car.
Yeah.
I had to take over at Georgetown.
I had an issue that had to be dealt with.
Yeah,
Man,
he said slap me. I did.
She
You need to
slapped
get
the shit out of me.
a gym membership, Tracy.
I need
I'm
some.
Yeah. Oh man, that's just crazy. How you doing, Kevin? You got any questions about? I mean, I know Kevin's been to Sturgis, I think too. I know he's been a guest of ours also. He's up in around Chicagoland. But yes, I really want to do that this year. I keep on putting it off. Connie, are you ready to follow me with the Jeep? Let's do this.
Put her on the back, man. Take her. Do it the right way. Do it Les's way.
If I had the other motorcycle, I probably would. If I had what is it, the Pursuit? Yeah, I'd probably do that, but not with the Auto Pursuit, not with the trunk, because you fall off. Because have you guys seen the videos I put out how I ride a motorcycle? I mean, it's. I know the camera makes it look like it's pretty fast, but I mean, I am going pretty fast, and she would be on the ground. Oh, you haven't been to Sturgis? Okay, I thought you did. So, but yeah, that's one thing. So I got 2 goals in life. Tracy, what's your goals with motorcycles? To go anywhere? What would be a goal?
Go anywhere?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just completed the first one a couple weeks ago with you guys. That was a major goal for me right there.
That was a major goal.
Yeah.
Going to Madison.
That was a big achievement for me. I know it doesn't seem like anything to you guys, but that was a big thing.
No, I know it was because I was there. I listened to it.
No, I was very proud of you.
Yes, I listened to the achievement that you did.
Did you?
Yeah, every 5 minutes on the way home.
We followed him.
He is a mess, man. It wasn't that bad. The only thing I had happen was I cramped up. I couldn't get my hand. I couldn't shift because I couldn't feel my fingers. I'm like sitting there going, what do I do?
You need those stress balls where you just
Yeah.
squeeze and release, squeeze and release.
I want that stress ball to be Chris's head painted. I can just squeeze it.
I can paint the ball like that.
Oh yeah, this is the way I like the podcast right here. Me and Tracy going at it. I mean,
yeah,
punching each other out.
Now, how do I respond to the comments for Kevin? I wanted to respond. I can't figure out the box.
What box?
It's not letting me respond.
Are you logged into
He's on YouTube. So, actually, I guess you don't have the box to respond. I mean, I can respond for you. He said if I would go, it would not be during the rally.
So he would go during an off season. Well, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'd still be motorcyclists out there. Just wouldn't be the mass volume that like you see at the rallies or whatever.
Yeah.
We would follow you in the Jeep if it wasn't during the rally.
Exactly.
See, I just got our. So are you going to Canada then? Because it looks like Kevin's going to Canada because he's got passports. I'm sure he's not going to Mexico. Not that. That would be a far trip, man.
Well, Kevin's got a good point right there.
No, it's not. Not from here.
From here, I think it'd be closer to.
From here to Canada?
It's 8 hours.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Because from here to Detroit's only 5.
Oh,
and it's just across the river.
If you
so
go that
6
direction,
hours.
but I don't think he's.
Well, I'm talking about Mexico. I'm talking about how far Mexico is.
Yeah. Well, Canada's not a bad trip. We actually made a loop up through Canada. I think it was 2019. Made a loop up around, came back down through Niagara Falls, over through Michigan, put in Bay, and then back down through Ohio.
Ooh,
now that Niagara Falls is about an 8-hour trip, though, right? From here.
You just piqued Connie Nice interest. We're in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to the upper P of Michigan. So yeah, so Kevin, I know you're going with your motorcycle friends, but we're gonna find out somehow to get in that group.
To go to the UP, that's a ride.
What do you call that when you get on a ship or boat back in the day? Yeah. What's that?
A voyage.
A stowaway, right?
Oh, a stowaway.
Well, you would definitely be a stowaway.
Yeah, we're gonna be a stowaway, folks. We're gonna go over there in Canada with a big group. We're gonna be hiding with everybody. Yeah. I think I can hide my motorcycle.
What rides does IMRG have remaining this season? How many more rides they got? I know they got this Saturday. What else they got?
That's a good thing for Josh to answer. I don't know. Oh, let me see what we got here. I'll look that up.
I do have a couple of vacations. I got one in September, and I've got one in.
Yeah, but we're booked those Saturdays for cross country races.
Oh, that's right. Oh, maybe not.
So unless they coincide with our race.
Well, Tracy, if you'd let us know what if you got a weekend off, and I can get with Les, okay. And I know a lot of people want to go to. A lot of people say go down to, what is it, Hillbilly Hot Dogs or something? It's like only an hour, 2 hours down to West Virginia and back.
West Virginia?
No, it's farther than that.
Kevin's got a reply on there, Chris.
What's that? Going to the Triple Nickel before season is over. You? Yeah, we'll do it. Let's do it. I think we actually got, I don't know if it's a Triple Nickel, but I can do that on a Sunday. So we have a ride on Saturday that's pretty close up there, but it's a little bit south from Columbus. It's Hocking Hills, and then you got the Triple Nickel. I think it's a little bit north, right, going towards Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we can make it a weekend event.
Jennifer's got Red River Gorge and 3-chapter ride.
Yes, and anything else after that, Jennifer? And Jennifer, did we get the echo fixed? I just want to make sure. I think we did. I think I did get it fixed. So
are you talking about the Triple Nickel Diner? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I think they call it Triple Nickel because it's like 3 highways, but it's like 3 roads or something. They go.
Is it in Ohio, or where's it located?
It's in Ohio, towards Pennsylvania, I think.
Chester Hill, does that sound right?
I think Kevin's probably looking up on his phone. He's gonna give us some information here in a second. But yeah, I think that'd be good. Let me see if I can look at a triple.
Les, do you have any
Zanesville
suggestions?
to Little Hocking. So yeah, that's basically that's what we're doing. So check with your group, Kevin, because I know you're in the IMRG. I think it's 2017 Columbus chapter has the Zanesville Little Hocking Hill loop on, what is that, September what, Connie? 20.
I don't know. I'm waiting for Jennifer to chime in here.
Oh yeah, I can look it up.
That chapter, the Columbus chapter, is 2019.
2019, okay, 2019. So let's go. Let's go to Facebook real quick.
Kevin
Mark
said State
Davis,
Route
though.
555, of course, because that's triple nickel. But
yeah. And then we'll go to.
Yeah.
Les, you ever been on the triple nickel?
I have not. It's actually on my bucket list,
Oh, okay,
but I've
cool.
not done it yet.
Jennifer said September 21st.
So September 21st. Okay. Got it.
Thanks, Jen.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate you listening and giving us some information there. We need to get her on here because it'll be this podcast will probably get like 5,000 viewers after that because she's so freaking crazy.
Oh, we have a plan for that.
What's that?
We have a plan for that, but it doesn't include you gentlemen.
No.
Oh,
She
okay.
cracks me up, man. It's
Oh
on.
no!
What is the plan?
Yeah, I'm kind
Oh.
of curious now.
Yeah.
It's the wives. We called it. What did we call it, Connie?
The
The
wives
wives
podcast?
takeover.
Huh.
Is it wife talk? What'd you say it was now?
The wives take over.
Yeah,
Oh, the
wives
wives take over. Yeah, that's a good idea. We can do that.
That's right.
I don't like it.
Les, we're going to bring Heather in here too.
What do you mean you don't like it? Are you afraid
What
that
could-
we would say something bad?
Yes, I am.
What
Be
could
afraid.
possibly go wrong?
Exactly.
Everything.
Les,
See?
Les, your face is priceless right now, dude. You're saying all of it in your face right there.
So Tracy, what did I say to you when you texted and said, "Oh, your wife's going to be on tonight"?
I
What
don't
did-
know. I don't remember. What'd you say?
You don't remember what I said?
No.
And he said, "Well, you mean on camera?" Yeah, I said, "Yeah, on camera." Oh, you said
Oh
on
yeah,
camera.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Jennifer.
And then you said something about I don't know. What was it? Something crazy.
Did you just read what I read?
Yeah, I did.
See what
Yeah,
see what happens. You get these women on here, man.
That's what we need right there.
Kevin
Yeah,
said
that's
that,
true.
I think the
We're
triple nickel is a little dicier than the tail of the dragon.
Oh,
in
really?
spots.
In spots?
really,
Right,
Oh,
Kevin?
but
I
it's
don't know.
Zanesville. That's not.
yeah, but
like
you're talking
mountainy.
about back roads and stuff. It could be pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
but I mean, I've been to Zanesville. I don't.
I know some people that are actually riding on that. There's a lot of places where there is some gravel on the roads, because every road that goes to it is gravel, I think. Or
Kind of like in Indiana, everywhere you
Yeah.
go, there's a gravel road.
no, everywhere you go in Indiana, the roads are pretty much, I don't know,
Crap.
yeah,
Gravel.
Grass
It's
covered.
not gravel. Oh, what's they called? What do they call it?
Chip and seal, our
Chip and
favorite.
seal. Yeah.
That must be an Indiana term. I've never
It
heard
is.
that.
It's horrible. It sucks.
So so Josh has only got 2 events left. That right now, I'm sure he's planning on for more because the guy's a planner. He's probably thinking really hard about going. I know last year they went into October and then it got a little too cold to do some rides, but I think the group is a little bit bigger than I think than it was last year. Pretty sure, and I know I want to do a shout out. So the second Saturday rides, Josh has been doing for 10 years, and I didn't even realize it until he actually said
That's
it on
nice.
Facebook. So he's been doing it. I didn't know. I mean, seriously, he's been doing it since the thing was a Victory dealership. Pretty much, I think.
Now, Les, how long have you been
Yeah.
a part of the group?
We just joined last fall, I believe it was.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, yeah, Josh does an amazing job, man. I was really impressed on that ride that we did,
Yeah.
and I still can't thank them enough for taking me under their wing and keeping me safe and getting me there.
What was that? Somebody was saying something?
My watch was talking.
Oh. Now we're getting some comments in here, man. We're just
Yeah, Kevin. He's got the driveways that come out on the road are very hilly, with blind hill crests.
yeah.
Okay.
He says they're chipping and sealing up here big time. Sucks.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I told you that's an Indiana thing, man.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's caveman style Indiana. So I'm thinking they have all these riverboats, and they're supposedly getting so much money from that. And we have some of the. I just paid over $2,000 for state licenses. Me and my wife, because she pays for hers, I pay for mine, that kind of stuff. So we got an investment there. The taxes of the houses have gone up to the roof, and I'm sure that's probably every state. But we can't get any roads blacktop in this state. I don't know where the money's going. I really don't. There's something going on with Indiana, because 10, 15 years ago, Indiana had the best roads out of all the states. I mean, literally, you go to Ohio and the roads actually would narrow. because Ohio would do narrower roads, so they didn't have to, the cost on blacktop would be cheaper. But now the roads are the same width, and they're blacktop, and they don't have chip and seal. They actually carve out any holes and rough spots, and they repave it. Here, they they don't carve them out. They fill them up with with rock and tar, and they hammer it down with a hand like stapler. They don't even do a roller. So when you go over them, the rocks are sticking to your rear wheels and all that kind of stuff. You can just hear it, just gravel throwing everywhere. And I'm thinking, this is insane. Where's our money going? I mean, I really don't know where the money's going in Indiana. So something is got to give. Something's
Fred-
got to give.
We
Yeah,
got
that's,
Fred Flintstone on the podcast.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, really. Yeah, it's great having white cars in Indiana with all that black tar
Yeah.
up
Oh,
up
yeah.
all over the
Yeah,
cars.
it
But
splatters everywhere.
I think that's another topic for another show there.
Yeah. I don't want to get in. I talked about it already. I mean, did you watch the videos I put out the last couple of weeks? Look at the roads. These are county roads. These are not like,
Yeah, I will agree. I see a lot of bad
Yeah.
roads on your rides.
I know, Kevin, trust me.
Yeah. It is crazy. Anyway, all right. So I think, what do you guys want to do? You want to call or you want to keep going?
I think we need to call it. We've been on here for quite a while.
It's only been
Yep.
47 minutes.
An hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Well, yeah. Well, it's been an hour and a half. All right. Anyway, Les, I do have some equipment, so we can use your computer next time. I do have a Scarlett. I do have a mic. We just got to get a headset for you, a camera, and we can have you on here in the wintertime. Because wintertime, it's going to be no riding, and we're going to have some fun. We're still going to have to keep things going. You know what I'm saying? Keep things going. And then we'll get Josh on here. We'll plan some rides next year. And then some of the groups up here in Columbus that are friends with us, like Mark and stuff like that. He's going to be here on Thursday, like I said. And we got another, that's the Hocking Hills. So Kevin, if you got some of your leaders over there, just have them watch Thursday night, because they're going to be talking about the Hocking Hills ride that they're having up there in Columbus in September. So, all right, I think we can call it. You got anything else, Les?
I don't think so.
I'm happy you were here, I guess. Thanks for the enlightenment tour of Sturgis. I mean, that is it just makes me want to even go more.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then Tracy will never go.
It's not his scene.
It's not a scene. 90% of the riders out there are Harley Davidson riders. So he's not a true Harley Davidson rider. That's what you're saying, Jill. He's just like,
No, I'm
he's
just
fake.
saying he's over 50, doesn't drink, isn't quite the hardcore biker. It's just, I don't see it as his scene.
He's fake. Tracy's fake.
No.
I'm just kidding. All right, folks. Have a good night. See ya.
All right. See ya.
Yeah.